Okay, so now we'll go to the next question. We'll go backwards. So this question now is the following, that everybody knows that Greece has sun and beaches and nice beaches and the sea and tourism and all that. The question is, do we need robotics in Greece? That's a hard question, perhaps, for somebody who has lived his whole life among robots, but you know, the rest of the people are not like us, so it's a valid question, I think.
Well, the beaches and the sun and the tourist industry is one part of life and one part of what a country can offer. On the other hand, there is a whole spectrum of applications, and actually if you consider the very harsh environment in Greece, today's robots with today's abilities, you can use robotics to overcome limitations that humans may have. And to be very specific, we witness enormous fires every year. And we have situations where the human personnel and the resources are not capable to reach the areas that are needed to be reached. On the other hand, if you have robots from mobile platforms to aerial robots, you can actually get the signature of the fire, you can get environmental data, and be able to contain the fire. This is just one application. The other application is medical robotics. You have Dr. Konstantinidis. It doesn't matter if you are in Greece and if you have sun and beaches. You are going to need robotics technology, and not to mention coastline monitoring, environmental monitoring infrastructure. We are a very mountainous country, and robotics is definitely one area in which Greece can capitalize, should capitalize, and will capitalize, particularly because of the intellectual capital that Greece has, and this should not be overlooked.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Theodorou.
Well, for me, the question, do we need robotics in Greece, is identical to the question, do we need a Greek industry? And we do. But what type of industry? An industry which will be healthy, an industry that will be able to invest in further producing innovations and new products. And robotics is very much a necessity in this area. Now, why? It's not only that robots can help the company, the manufacturing company, to reduce costs. That is not the main reason. The main reason is that robotics is a way of thinking of a company which will introduce the company into the new modern era of information technology. They're talking about now about Industry 4.0, about the smart factory, etc. Now, the robots were the first smart machines that were introduced in the production floor. And then we noticed that robots have the ability to talk to each other, not just talk, but also talk to the other machinery, which means immediately you can have smart machinery which lead immediately to synchronization of the production. And it's not only that robots can talk to other systems, for example, like ERP, so that we can have information directly from the supply chain, practically from orders coming in to the company, and being able to produce them in time and effectively. So this is all about the new industrial revolution. So robots helped us to move in that area. And of course, the companies now realize slowly but steadily that it's not a robot which stands there and does the work of 2 or 3 workers. is a piece of equipment that introduced them to the new era.
Excellent. Dr.
The answer is yes, but I need 2 hours for that. Too many things that happen in the evolution of surgery in the last 30 years, starting from the applications of robotics, which is artificial intelligence in a way. When I have the technology to sit here and operate there right now in the same room, and between me and the patient, there is the computer system is helping me to become a better surgeon. I have better vision because I have magnification, good lighting. I have all what I need to be as perfect as I can in surgery, with one thing that we have to have in mind, knowing my science, what I have to do to solve the problem. These instruments, let's say that they are instruments that are assisting the surgeon to magnify, to be bloodless, to be able not to touch, let's say, the tumor if we're doing oncologic surgery, which means we don't spread malignant cells. We don't have blood that runs in the abdomen that carries malignant cells. A lot of studies are being done right now. I can tell you from my experience that we have much better results because of that, because we don't have the body fighting to heal the incision, but to heal the procedure we did inside the abdomen. And then I can parallel robotic surgery with GPS. You can go a trip to Paris with your car, and you can take guidance by your friend, write down, go. Somebody else can take the map and go. I take the GPS, and I travel for more than 25 years now, and that makes me better in everything I do. The thing is, without it, we're going to have a big problem, which is not the results on the patients, the results on the surgeons, because we are sitting, we have best ergonomy, we don't have tired body, spine, knees, hands. And remember, when we do something, let's say remove the stomach to, for a tumor, and then we have to reconnect the intestines and everything, then we have to have clear mind and be less tired. But at this point, I'm very tired, so I have to finish quickly. In robotic surgery, which means this technology allows me to be sitting and operating, this is a must forever and will never stop. I am absolutely sure that only evolution will be seen on this, and that's why in my team, in my department at Athens Medical Center, we do almost everything we did before laparoscopically, robotically, and almost never open somebody for any reason because we don't feel that we will do better surgery. The opposite. We do much better surgery with the robotic system. Big problem, who is going to be teaching the teachers? When are they going to be learning, the system, the professors, the national hospitals, the university hospitals, to be able to apply this technology in surgery so they can teach the new generation. But we'll come to that sometime.
Well, from what you said, if I change a few words, you're so close to engineering, or us are close to you, because you mentioned problem solving, which is very important, and the way you treat, you use the system to do your job.
If I may, one thing is that, my data, I tape everything, whatever I do in surgery, so I have video of my procedures. I can see what I did, I can teach my juniors, I can teach other people when I speak to various meetings. The other thing is the company that has the computer, the robotic system now collects my data. I told them, yes, go ahead. Somebody told me you did the wrong thing. You just should tell them, give me some money to do this. But they collect my data. At the end of my procedure, they send me, in this application here, how many minutes I used the one instrument, how many the other ones, what I did, time-wise and so forth. So I had a good surprise. 3 years ago, they sent me an email and they told me you are top robotic surgeon because of my data they collected. To me, that was a big surprise. But this comes from what they collect from my cases. And this is to teach the other ones. So hopefully we can collaborate and use this technology for the human body health, for the health of our own, when we say good health, that's when we come to these applications.
Thank you. Michaelis.
Okay. I will talk mostly from a, let's say, governmental perspective, of course. And robotics is among the key enabling technologies in order to advance your economy and at the same time to solve many critical problems for the society. And I will start first of all going back to the fiscal crisis we had for 10 years, which dropped down our GDP and our productivity. And among the critical technologies that will help the Greek economy to go back and is already being, I would say, not booming, but doing very well, robotics is one of these technologies. And when we go to the industry, the application in industry, we have critical industries in Greece that we do need robotics. And it's the food industry, it's the metal processing industry, even the hotel industry for cleaning services, that services robotics.
For greeting
so
visitors.
Exactly, for visitors. And there are so many applications that will help us. And the good point is that the manufacturing industry in Greece, from 8% of GDP, has now jumped to 12%, and the aim is to go to 15%. So we do need more robotics for advancing these percentages of GDP, of course, and then making exports. The other dimension has to do with research and innovation. We know that Greece is a moderate innovator, and we have to move fast, and projects like HERON and other projects that are doing very well so far are helping Greece to close the gap between with the other European countries. And another dimension has to do with the general problem of a shrinking population, an aging population. So robotics is a solution for that problem. We need to deploy solutions. My wife asked me, is there a robot for ironing? Get one for me, please. So I mean that robotics is a key success factor for the economy, but also for the society.
Yes, closing the gap is one of the main reasons for which HERON runs and is funded by the EU. Professor Doulgeri.
Okay, so the question is if we need robotics in Greece.
Yes.
Well, I would say that we need robotics now more than ever. This is because the development and advances, the technological advances and the research advances that are recent in robotics have produced robots that they can sense the environment, they can reason on their understanding of the environment, therefore they can be used in environments that they are not structured like the traditional way of using robots.